Morning, these are the Buckskin Mountains, and I'm going to break here to talk a little anime.
Gunslinger Girl, Tokyo Primo, OVAs.
The two 2009 Gunslinger Girl OVAs continue the story previously established in the two Gunslinger Girl TV series. There's no introduction or setup to these new stories, so you really need to have seen some of the prior TV series to understand this OVA, or you won't know who or what the characters are, or how they're related, or what they're doing. These OVAs make copious references to previous events and backstory. Gunslinger Girl is about half a dozen cybernetically enhanced little girls created by a secret Italian government agency as a secret weapon against terrorists. Each girl has a dedicated trainer or handler, a big brother she's been brainwashed to love and obey. The first OVA in this set is essentially a collection of missions to clean up some Pedanian terrorists. One of Jean's old friends, unaware of Jean's secret job, berates him for not seeking revenge against the terrorists who killed his sister, Sophia, who was then Jean's betrothed. Jean and his bionic partner Rico do some wet works before Jean's old friend does something stupid, with a brief appearance by Marco and Angelica. This episode also has one odd bit of exposition to it, finally explaining who the Pedanians are. After 26 episodes opposing them, I think most people have already filled in the blanks for that themselves. The second OVA, Phantasm, is a soft character piece and action-free. Jean and Josie take Rico and Henrietta on vacation. On the ferry ride to Sicily, they pass the bridge that was the focus of the terrorist plot in the previous TV series, ironically now scheduled for demolition. Meanwhile, back at headquarters, a recovering Triella finds that her hard-won victory over Pino in that TV finale hasn't made her feel happy after all. It seems all the hard work and effort from that story arc in that TV series is gone for naught. The vacation is a return to Josie's family villa in Sicily, where he took Henrietta way back in the first TV series. Here, both Josie and John have imaginary conversations with the ghost of Enrica, Josie's dead sister. This OVA is all about Josie and Jean's past and the reason they became anti-terrorist agents with cyborg partners in the first place. Although Gunslinger Girl's premise seems silly, the original TV series, produced by Madhouse, managed to exceed the source material with beautifully told stories that simultaneously exploited the premise and debunked it by layering it with conflicting emotions and lovely artwork. The second TV series, by a different studio, Artland, switched to a more plot-oriented storyline and noticeably inferior art and animation, but it still managed a generally intelligent story arc. These OVAs continue the story following the second TV story where it ended, but without a compelling story arc of their own. Several individual missions are stitched together by some character development, and it concentrates mostly on the adult handlers, Jean and Josie. Divorced from any greater storyline, what these episodes really lack is a true sense of purpose. If not followed by another story, the whole excursion exploring these two background and motivation seems kind of superfluous. The OVAs were produced by the same Artland creative team who made the second Gunslinger Girl TV series, Il Teatrino. It's more or less a direct continuation. The OVAs were written by manga author Yu Ida, so it's no surprise that these OVAs follow the manga very closely. As with the manga stories, the OVAs tell a denouement of the Pino Franca story of the Il Teatrino series. Artland's animation is, how to say this politely, Spartanly economical. This is a strangely empty Italy with no other cars on the road and few other people on the sidewalks and parks, and the few who are there don't move. This economy sometimes extends to the principal characters too. Here's Rico, for instance, wiping out a hideout of Pedanian terrorists from the first OVA.
All done.
Luckily, she gets some better animated action a little later on. I sometimes wonder if simply animating a manga, panel by panel, is such a great idea. After all, I've already read the manga. No, I'm not suggesting wholesale changes, but some of Madhouse's best work from the first TV series was when it added elements to the manga, both in the story and the visuals. Maybe variations of the story, keeping true to the characters and concepts, would be a better idea. In short, if you enjoyed both the first and second Gunslinger Girl series and haven't picked this up already for some reason, there's nothing especially compelling about these two OVAs, but neither is there anything bad. If you didn't care for the second series or haven't seen that series yet, this is very similar. You'll probably like it a little less. I give this OVA pair 3 stars. If you've never watched the earlier Gunslinger Girl anime, don't start here. Check out the original TV series instead. These 2 episodes feel more like material that should begin introducing a new story arc, fleshing out established characters, rather than standing on their own. They feel like they're just hanging out there alone without any context, all armed and loaded and no one to shoot. I guess the OVA series is over, and I have no idea if the series will continue as an animation later. Funimation's DVD has both OVAs at a fair price tag for just 50 minutes of video, and they included another of the Japanese voice cast Omaki programs from the second series. That latter is silly. There's a reference in the second OVA to the New Girl, which would be the Petrushka story arc that follows these side stories in the manga. I wonder if that's planned for animation someday. I don't suppose there's any chance it'll go back to Madhouse. Thanks for watching.